Hey everybody, I'm King 5 meteorologist Leah Pezzetti. It is Saturday evening, just about 6 p.m. and I wanted to take the time to dive a little bit deeper into our forecast because we have quite a bit going on this weekend. We saw some early rain today. We saw that break, but we have more on the way tomorrow. And with that rain, we are expecting some pretty good mountain snow heading our way. Here are a couple looks as of Saturday evening at Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass. We are seeing clear roadways for now, but that will be changing just about 24 hours from now. So if you do have to do any pass travel, I would get it done tonight or get it done early on Sunday before noon, before lunchtime is going to be your best shot at clear weather and dry weather. So as we head into tomorrow, Sunday, we are going to see widespread rain, some mountain snow heading our way. It's going to favor our afternoon hours. So really once the clock hits p.m., that is when we're going to bring back that rain and mountain snow potential. Of course, tonight, so early Sunday morning is daylight saving. At that point, we will bring back our 7 p.m. sunsets starting tomorrow. Not that we'll be able to see much of a sunset, though, because we do have that rain that's heading our way. It's going to stick around into next week as well. So rain, wind, mountain snow, all of that stays in the forecast next week. It is still technically winter, and it is going to feel like winter for the next week. As we take a wide look at the next 7 days, you see a lot of rain there on our 7-day forecast. Yes, we are going to see back-to-back systems that are heading our way, and that's going to keep rain in the forecast and cooler temperatures as well. You can see we're cooling into the 40s for our highs, and then actually lows will get dangerously close to freezing as we head into the end of the week. We'll talk about that more in just a moment, but first let's take a closer look at the remainder of the weekend rain that's heading our way. Saturday has been a damp day. Sunday is our wet day. We're going to continue to track this atmospheric river into Washington. It's going to finally fully clear the region, but as it moves through tomorrow, it's going to bring with it that windy, that strong wind, and of course that widespread rain. So this is the picture as of this evening. It's mostly projected to the north of Washington, so it's bringing pretty significant rain to Vancouver Island. We're kind of on the edge of it. So Washington is getting clipped. The northern tip of the Olympic Peninsula is seeing some rain. Same thing around our northern communities, but this is a loop of the last couple hours, and you can see that it is continuing to lift up to the north, and that trend will continue for a couple more hours before it finally drops back down into western Washington overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So with this, it's also going to bring some good mountain snow. A winter weather advisory has been issued for our Cascades. It's above 3,500 feet, but we're actually going to see snow levels dropping down during the evening tomorrow. I'll show you that in just a moment, but let's look at who is under this alert. Our northern Cascades, really Mount Baker is going to see our highest totals as far as snow is concerned. Baker looks like we certainly could surpass a foot of snow, foot and a half even looks promising. As we head down to our southern, central and southern Cascades, not quite as much. So the farther south you go, the fewer total, fewer inches are expected. On average, 4 to 8 inches of snow can be expected for most of our mountains. Of course, our higher elevations will have a better shot at those accumulations as well. Here's an hourly breakdown of your Sunday. We're going to start the day with cloud coverage, but dry weather. So yes, weekend travel, if you need to do anything outside, if you're planning anything outside, I would get it done in the morning, because once the afternoon hits, once we see those hours shift to p.m., that is when we're going to bring back the rain, and it's going to increase into our evening hours as well. Highs for tomorrow will stay pretty normal. 50s are expected for most of us in western Washington. A few areas on the cooler side only hitting the upper 40s over along the coast through the Strait as well, but a majority of us around the Sound and then also off to the east, Leavenworth, Wenatchee, looking at highs in the low to mid 50s. Even some upper 50s are expected. Here's the rain that is arriving. So this is a look at Sunday morning, 8 a.m. here, and we can see it started to drop down into western Washington. It's first going to impact the Olympic Peninsula. So the Olympic Peninsula, especially the northern coast, are going to see our highest as far as rainfall totals are concerned for Sunday. Then it's going to continue to move down during the day. This is 3 p.m. here. At this point, that's our best shot at that widespread rain. So basically everybody has rain chances early afternoon tomorrow, 3 p.m. Most of us, it's light rain, but we could certainly see some pockets of moderate rainfall, especially up to the north. And remember, I was just talking about how our northern Cascades have a better shot at those accumulating snow totals. totals, that's because of this. We get an early shot at snow, so we'll start adding on that mountain snow in Baker as early as noon, 1, 2, and then into 3 p.m. And then it will continue to move through during the afternoon tomorrow. This is a look at 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. We're still holding on to some rain, but we're going to see that clearing starting in the north. So our Olympic Peninsula, our northern communities will start to get some clearing first. But at this point, check out all of that snow that's going to be falling over our Cascade. So Sunday evening travel is going to be tricky and difficult and could be snowy as far as evening is concerned. So pass travel, get it done early in the day if you have to do any of that Sunday driving. As far as rainfall totals are concerned, most of us around the Sound, it's pretty minimal. 1/3 to half an inch of rain is expected for Puget Sound. Highest totals, of course, over that north coast. Quileute looking to surpass an inch, probably 1.5 inches of rain. So rainfall totals won't necessarily be high. But we do have wind that picks up as this front moves through. This is such a fascinating perspective. Everybody take a look at this. This is what we're seeing as of this evening. So here we are, 7 p.m. here, and you can really see where that atmospheric river is sitting right now and where that front is stalled. So we have that strong wind up to the north as of this evening, gusts up to 35-40 miles per hour. But watch what happens as I play this out. You can literally watch the front move through and see what that does to wind. So at this point, this is 7 a.m. here. Remember, this is what I showed you when we start to see that rain picking up over along the coast. So we're starting to see it drop to the south, but now I'm going to progress it throughout the day as the front moves through western Washington and through Puget Sound. So here we go into the afternoon, and there it pushes off down. So wind is going to pick up as the front moves through, gusts up to 35-40 miles per hour during those daytime hours. So that's tomorrow. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be windy. We have that mountain snow that's heading our way. Mondays are kind of breather from the active weather. This is Monday morning, 7 a.m. We could still see a few lingering flurries over our mountains, but overall we'll start the day on a dry note. We shouldn't have any big weather impacts for your morning commute on Monday. Throughout the day, as we progress forward, this is 5 p.m. here, we're holding on to cloud coverage. So it's not necessarily going to be a sunny day, but it should be overall dry. A few light sprinkles are still possible throughout the day, but it's not going to lead to any accumulations during the day on Monday. So Monday's your break. Enjoy it. We're going to hold on to cooler temperatures because that cold front moved through and it leaves behind colder air, which is going to stay in place throughout the week. As we head into Tuesday and beyond, this is where we're going to track the next storms that are on the way. So here's a look at Tuesday evening, and you can see widespread precipitation and more mountain snow expected for our mountains. Same thing into Wednesday afternoon. That's going to continue. Same thing into Thursday. So yes, we have a very wet pattern that's ahead. And with this, we have colder air as well. So we're actually dropping our snow levels down pretty significantly. We're going to finally be below pass level. I will point out that this says Sunday 4,000 feet. That's where we'll start our snow levels on Sunday, but we actually will see those snow levels dropping to about 2,000 feet as early as Sunday evening, and that's where they'll stay Monday into Tuesday. So yes, Snoqualmie Pass at 3,000 feet, finally going to get some great snow, and that will continue as we bring these multiple storms into play the next couple of days. We're keeping snow levels at and below Snoqualmie Pass. In fact, check out Friday. Friday, we're actually dropping our snow levels down closer to 1,000 feet. So that's the foothills. We certainly could see lower snow levels on Friday, especially because we do still have precipitation that looks to stay in play on Friday. And we see those cold overnight lows too. Friday morning, we're waking up to temperatures at and even below freezing in some cases. So this next week is going to be very winter-like. We're holding on to tracking this storm for tomorrow, but even as we head into later on this week, into mid-March, this is very normal for this time of year, but we are going to continue to keep an eye on that rain, on that mountain snow, and potentially even some lower level snow as we get into Friday. This, of course, we will fine-tune as we get closer. We're keeping our eyes typically in this next 72 hours is when we have our highest confidence. So we are seeing indications of that into the next or the end of the week, but we'll fine-tune that as we get a little bit closer. But of course, stay with your King 5 weather team as we continue to track this wet winter weather that is heading our way.